I'm visiting the UK for the first time in 4 years. I'm here filming a video that you're going to get to see later this week. And let's just say that after not being here for 4 years, things have changed. Some for the good and some for the not so good. In the not so good category, I'm going to put the change in money. It's all plastic now and it's all a bit weird. Also, there's been some changes in shops that used to be on the high street that are no longer on the high street. But in the good category, well, there's electric vehicle charging. On this trip, I originally planned to hire a Polestar 2 electric vehicle from Hertz. But when we arrived in the UK, we realized that all of our camera gear that we'd brought for the thing we're filming would take up a bit too much space in the Polestar 2, and so I opted to upgrade to a Tesla Model Y because it had more space. Being a Tesla Model Y has meant that I've had to seek out Tesla superchargers to charge at least that's been the quickest and most convenient solution. And I'm staying at my mum's here in Norfolk for a couple of days before heading back to the States, and I needed to charge the Model Y up. And as it turns out, there's a new Tesla supercharger just down the road from where my mum lives. What I didn't realize is that it's not just a Tesla supercharger. Oh no, it is the mecca of EV charging. Let me explain why. Before we get a tour, I just want to acknowledge a couple of things. First, Michael is not here. He's back in Oxford, where we were filming earlier this week. And so was the rest of our camera gear. I didn't bring even a GoPro with me to see my mum here in Norfolk because I didn't anticipate filming anything. And I've actually had the opportunity to film 2 things. I will learn. This means that everything I'm filming right now is on my cell phone. It does mean the audio is going to be a bit bad and it's going to be windy. There's a wind today. So you're probably going to hear a lot of background noise. I can't do anything about that. I'll do my best. And Michael will do his best to colour it. Anyway, welcome to this Tesla supercharger. It's a standard Tesla supercharger, nothing special about it. In fact, if I walk back here, for those who have not seen a European spec Tesla supercharger before, here it is. This is a CCS compatible Tesla supercharger. This is what Tesla superchargers look like in most countries around the world. It's only North America that uses the fancy North American style connector. And I also think Korea does that, but I think everywhere else they use the regular CCS Type 2 connectors. Unlike just a regular Tesla supercharger site though, Gridserve, the electric forecourt, is something really special. It's not just a Tesla supercharger site. As you can see behind me, there are a whole bay of CCS chargers and a fair number of CHAdeMO chargers as well. There's actually 13 fast rapid charging stations. There's some on this side of the building and some on the other side. And then on the first floor, if you're in the UK, or the second floor if you're watching this in America, there are some shops. There's an M&S Food, that's Marks and Spencer food outlet. That's basically a small grocery store that you can buy things at. There's also a Costa coffee shop where you can buy coffee or tea or other beverages and snacks for your trip. There's also a WH Smith, which in the UK is a news agent. There's also even a post office inside here. So if you are someone who has to send a parcel or something, you need to buy some stamps, you can just do it here and it just happens. And right here, as well as over here, there are 2 accessibility bays. That means if you are somebody who has extra mobility requirements, maybe you use a wheelchair or crutches, you can rock up, you can park in this bay. There's extra space to allow you to easily get in and out of your vehicle. And if you are somebody who struggles with actually lifting the charging cable into your car, you can use the Gridserve app to request a full service experience. That means someone will come down, they will plug your car in for you and remove the charging connector when you are done. It may be that you can handle the low speed level 2 charging cables just fine, but the big CCS or CHAdeMO ones are just too heavy, and so you can request those. Over here as well, there is another accessible charging station. It is a level 2 charging station, and you'll notice that in addition to all of those fast charging stations, there's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fully usable level 2 charging stations. They have an RFID card activation, and if you have a level 2 compatible car, you can just plug in your charge cable there and off you go. I'm currently standing in one of the meeting pods. There's sound insulation, there's comfy chairs, and there's even a computer system to allow you to make a business call from the privacy of the fully enclosed soundproof pod. You can rent this space. There's also plenty of attachments for your computer. You've got pens, you've got sanitizer, everything you possibly need so that you can make a business meeting while your car charges on the road. And if you're thirsty, there's a coffee shop just there and an M&S food court. That's Marks and Spencer's for those who don't know, as well as a WH Smith newsagents. Everything you need under one roof. No smelly petrol cars in sight. I say no petrol cars in sight, but there is an engine block. It's a coffee table. Seems appropriate somehow. In addition to all of the stuff upstairs, the amenities, the place for you to sit and relax without just waiting in your car, there's also a place for you to try out electric vehicles if you haven't before. This is a very fetching orange MG4. Inside looks amazing, and you can just open the door, step inside and have a seat. For what it's worth, I'm sitting inside an MG4 for the very first time. I like the design. It's nice, it's airy, it's open. The steering wheel feels quite big and butch, and it's not too cluttered and not too messy. I like this. I wish I had come here and had a test drive earlier. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got time for this trip. But this is a great way of experiencing EVs for the very first time. There's even a place for you to air up your tyres and add screen wash. Brilliant. I'm very, very pleased that I've got a chance to test this out myself. I am a full convert. This is the first time I've ever experienced a Gridserve charging station. Why aren't these everywhere? Why aren't we seeing these in North America? I would stop at these before anywhere else. This beats a crusty Walmart with weird people staring at you strangely because you're driving an electric pickup truck. This is just amazing. It feels safe, it feels bright, it feels airy. It's nothing like that stereotypical nasty place that you have to charge at when you are an EV driver. As a woman, as a member of the LGBTQ community, I would rather stop here every time than some random Walmart somewhere in the middle of nowhere where people are giving you the side eye and reaching for their firearms. And yes, I've experienced that before. I'm not making it up. So thank you to Gridserve. The rest of the world, why don't you have this? And to all of you at home, thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with the slightly shaky mobile phone. It's cold. And also, I don't have my GoPros, I don't have my cameras, I don't have a microphone. And so I know that the audio is going to be terrible on this, but this is too good not to share and for me not to be gushy. I haven't been gushy about something for a really long time. And I'm using my arms a lot, and that means I'm gushy. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the wonderful Patreon supporters who support the channel and make everything we do possible. Without you, we wouldn't be able to make these kind of trips, and we wouldn't be able to do these kind of videos. I do not have the list of amazing supporters, but scrolling on my right now is the amazing Charged Up supporters. They are our $15 to $50 a month tier supporters. We've had a couple of people reach out lately and said, hey, my name has dropped off. We are aware of the problem. We've been traveling. I am very sorry that your name has dropped off. I will do my best to rectify that as soon as I am back in the studio in the middle of next week. Please bear with me until then. I'm sorry it happened. I do not know why it happened. There's several thousand people supporting the channel now, and sometimes when we output those names, things get a bit confused. Thank you all to our top tier supporters and our next level down, the self-driving tier supporters. You guys are awesome. Without you, again, we wouldn't be here doing what we're doing. We've got a lot of expenses coming up. I'm having some sleepless nights about that. So really, you do make a massive impact, especially with YouTube. Our ad revenue through YouTube just continues to drop because YouTube only wants shorts now. They want to be like TikTok. Anyway, thank you for enjoying this video. If you have, or if you haven't, let us know. You can do that by going to Discord, by going to Patreon, or by reaching out to us on Mastodon. Links are below, along with links to support us with Patreon, Bitcoin, Ko-fi, YouTube membership, or our swag store. I'll be back in the studio in the US very soon, but until then, thanks for joining me. Keep evolving.